Hey there, sugar. Welcome back to Healed and Overflowing, the little porch where restoration becomes your rhythm and healing. Well, honey, it ain't the end. It's the overflow. I'm your host, Quinn Ashford, and this episode right here is close to my heart, like Grandma's Sunday roast. We're calling this one Pouring from a Healed Place. I know you've been pouring out like a pitcher at Sunday supper, but baby, what happens when your cup's bone dry? Today, we're talking about what it means to give from a healed place, not an empty one. Because when the Lord fills you up, you pour different. Because let's be honest, some of us have turned giving into a full-time job. We show up, we pour out, we say yes when we ain't got nothing left in the tank. But baby, what happens when the well run dry? There was a season when I was pouring from a place still hurting. I gave love while still bleeding from heartbreak. I offered advice when I should have been listening to my own weary soul. I kept saying yes when my spirit was hollering, no, ma'am. See, pouring from a broken place, that ain't generosity, it's survival. And while it might look noble on the outside, on the inside, it'll leave you dry as a biscuit with no gravy, empty, bitter, worn clean out. But here's what the Lord showed me, real plain. When you're healed, your pouring changes. It don't feel forced anymore. It just flows. It blesses others and blesses you too. Isaiah 58:11 says, "You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail." Now that's a word. God don't want us dragging ourselves to give. He wants us nourished, healed, overflowing. So let me say this loud and kind. You don't need to apologize for taking a nap. You don't owe anybody an explanation for resting your soul. Now let's pause for a second and ask the real deal question. Am I pouring from healing or from habit? Are you saying yes out of guilt instead of grace? Are you stretching yourself thin to keep everybody else together while you fall apart behind closed doors? Let me tell you something. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to say, not today. You're allowed to choose peace over people pleasing. This ain't selfish. It's sacred. Now, you ever been on an aeroplane? You know how they say, put your oxygen mask on first before helping anybody else. That ain't rude, that's wisdom. Because if you can't breathe, how you gonna help your husband, your babies, your mama, your church family, your co-workers? But in real life, we running around fixing everybody else's plate, praying everybody else through, meeting everybody else's needs. And meanwhile, we're barely breathing. We call it strength, but real strength, it's in the wisdom to rest. You are no more holy when you're worn out. You ain't more love when you're drained dry. And you surely ain't more useful to God when you're running on E. You can stop. You can breathe. All right now, before we close this out, let me speak this over you real gentle. You deserve air too. You deserve peace too. And baby, you deserve to pour with purpose, not pressure. If this message stirred something in that heart of yours, send it to your sister who gives too much and rests too little. Be sure to subscribe, leave a sweet little review, and come back next week for more soul-sipping truth here on Healed and Overflowing. Until then, keep healing, keep rising, and keep learning how to pour from your overflow.